Hello students, welcome to online classes of Geography of class 9. This is the second class of the chapter number 2, Physical Features of India. And the main topic of today's discussion is Structure of Present India. Now in the previous class already I said earlier there was one supercontinent named Pangaea and one super water body named Panthalassa. Now due to convection current, the Pangaea that was split out, first it split it up into two parts. That is Angara land and Gondwana land. Angara land is the present northern hemisphere, Gondwana land is the present southern hemisphere. Now the topics that I am going to discuss today under this is what are the continents that are present or that constitute the present Gondwana land, how the Himalayas of our country has been formed, and the major or what we can say the broad physical features of India. Now the first topic is which are the continent that is presently there in the Gondwana land. Now when the Pangaea split up into two, the part that is there in the Angara land is Northern America, northwestern entire Eurasia, that is also termed as Laurasia, and what we considered it as a northern hemisphere of today. And the Gondwana land is the southern part, that is South America, Africa, or more specifically we can say South Africa. Island country is there, beside that is Madagascar, Antarctica, India, Australia, New Zealand, all constitutes this part. This is the Gondwana land part. So these are the countries or the continents which is there within the Gondwana land part. Now under this next part, when the earlier India was attached with Africa. In the higher classes you will find out the evidences that already even in the junior classes, if you have studied about this plate tectonic theory, the evidences are there that how it was proved that yes, earlier all the continents were united together. Now if we see the soil structure of southern part of our country and if we see the soil structure of Antarctica, it has been surveyed by the pedologist, by the geologist, the rock structure, the soil structure. It indicates the same age, same characteristics, same composition. Now Antarctica is there in the southern hemisphere, India is there in the northern hemisphere. Then how the soil structure, the rock structure or the ages of the rock are more or less showing the same time. This indicates earlier it was a united landmass. If we see the structure of South America and if we see the bulging of Africa, if we just do the jigsaw puzzle thing, if we put up in the computer and if we just drag it by using a puzzle structure, the alignment of South America will get attached with that Africa part. So earlier it was united together. Another example, the fossil. Hopefully you know what is a fossil. The dead remains of the animals or the plants which get which is having the impressions that is being excavated out by the archaeological activities either on the rock surfaces or on the soil structure. So the fossils of what we can say animal named as lemur, it was found in Madagascar, and similar type of fossil is found in the Deccan part of our country. So Madagascar is adjacent to South Africa and Deccan part of our India is so far of it. In between we are having Indian Ocean. So how it is possible? This proves earlier it was united together. So what does this indicate? That by this due to the convection current, the entire world or the continents got splitted up into various plates. Now we got two plates, Indo-Australian New Zealand plate and Eurasian plate. Indo-Australian plate is smaller in size and Eurasian plate is larger in size. Now, due to some forces, that is, one is tidal force and another one is gravitational force, force of buoyancy. Due to these two forces, the smaller part of plate, that is Indo-Australian plate, when it drifted apart from Africa, it start moving towards north. It start moving towards north. Gradually it is moving towards the equator side. Then it crosses the equator and gradually it got attached with Asia. This is the present scenario or location of our country now. But before it got attached with Asia, when it splitted up, in between the water of Panthalassa was there. Now, water of Panthalassa, when it was there, that water body was named as Tethys Sea. Now, when the sea word is there, that means the base is having a lots of sediments which is soft in nature. So, gradually when India Australia plate moved towards north and Eurasian plate, this is Tethys Sea, and Eurasian plates coming towards this Tethys Sea, both the continents, they compressed this part of the Tethys, which was filled up by the sediments. Continuously it was filled up by the sediments, but as being filled up by the sediments, Eurasian plates pushed this side, Indo-Australian plate pushed this side. Gradually this whole Indo-Australian plate got subdued under the Eurasian plate. Why? Because this is smaller in size, that is larger in size. And when it was subdued, the sediment part of the Tethys get folded, get compacted, and gradually it got a structure of undulated surface. Continuous the compression is going on till date. Hopefully you know about it, that the height of Himalaya are increasing till date. Why? Because this activity of compressional forces of both the plate is going on till date. So when this sedimentary tract got folded, resultant gradually the height have increased. Now we all know when height increases, what happens with the temperature? Temperature decreases. So as a result, when the height has increased at a higher level, gradually the temperature started reducing, and the resultant, the increased part of the mountains got snow-capped, and thus wise this snow-capped areas of the mountains or this snowy covered mountains was named as Himalayas, Him ka alay, abode of snow, that is Himalaya. So in this way the Himalayas were formed, and the Tethys was termed as geosyncline. Geo means earth, syncline means depression. It was a depression which was filled up by the sediments that get compacted due to the compressional forces from the Eurasian plate and the Indo-Australian plate, and got a folded structure which is unstable in nature. Why? Why it is not stable? Why it is not rigid? Because the activity of tectonic movements is continuously increasing the height of Himalaya till date. So that's why it is not a stable zone. In this way the Himalayas were formed. Now next, after the formation of the Himalaya, which is totally a snow-capped mountains, what is the resultant? It gave origin to the perennial rivers, that is the rivers that has originated from the snow due to the melting of the snow. When the rivers are coming from the higher reaches, they are carrying the sediments from this mountains, and where they are depositing? Near the foothills of the mountain. So gradually this accumulation of the sediments or this deposition of the sediments resulted into a flat, extensive level land, that is northern plain. So this is the recent outcome feature. And the southern part of our country, what is it? It is a part of Gondwana land. It is a plateau region. That is the oldest stable landmass. Why stable landmass? Because neither it is increasing in height, neither it is creating any sort of destruction. So it is a stable landmass, and it is the oldest one, it is the rigid one. That is why it is considered as the oldest landmass of our earth. That is Deccan Plateau, second is the Himalayan mountain, and third is the northern plain. So these are considered as the three broad physical features of India. You will say, ma'am, what about island group? What about Indian desert? What about the coastal plains? These are the physiographic divisions. But first first existence was of plateau, second was of Himalayan mountain, and third was of northern plain. So these are considered as the broad physical features of India. So I have already completed today's topic of discussion. Now the questions related to the worksheet that I have given is, the two questions are there. Name the parts of the supercontinent, two parts of the supercontinent Pangaea. You have to name it, and which are the continents that comes under that category of those two parts. It's not mentioned in the question, just follow the video. The two parts that Pangaea is Angara land and the Gondwana land, and which are the continents that is coming under this category of Angara and Gondwana land. Just write down the name of those two parts of that Pangaea also. And the second question, the comparative study between the three broad physical features of India: plateau, Himalayan mountains, and the northern plains. So this much for today's class. If you are having any question, just mention it down in the comment section, and thank you for following the class.